What do you do the moment you get home after a long day? Do you sit down, turn on the TV, and just stop thinking? Or do you keep moving, cooking, cleaning, talking to people? Interesting question. Because here is the funny thing. Most people do the same things every evening, but they don't know how to say those things in English. Exactly. And that is today's topic. Welcome to Master English Talks. I'm so happy you're here with us today. Yes, welcome. We are really glad you joined us. And honestly, today's topic is one of my favorites because it is so real. It's about your actual life, not some textbook story about someone called Tom. Nobody wants to read about Tom going to the market again. Right. Today, we're talking about evening routines, the things you do after work or after class. And trust me, by the end of this episode, you'll be able to talk about your evenings in natural, simple English. You'll learn real phrases, real vocabulary, and real ways to answer the question, what do you do after work? You'll sound confident and natural when someone asks you that. So before we start, we want to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, what is the first thing you do when you get home? Just write it down. Even one word is great. Yes, write it in the comments. We read every single one. And if you're enjoying this podcast, please like this video and subscribe to Master English Talks. It really helps us keep making these free lessons for you. Okay, let's get into it. Let's talk about your evening. All right, let's start simple. Let's talk about the basic things people do in the evening. And I mean the very normal, everyday things. The kind of things you do every single day without thinking. Yes, because that's the point, right? These are actions you already do. We just want to give you the English words for them. So the basic structure is really easy. It's I plus verb plus object. That's it. Super simple. For example, I cook dinner. I watch TV. I take a shower. I call my friend. I go to sleep. See how easy that is? Subject, I. Verb, cook, watch, take, call. Object, dinner, TV, shower, friend. Let me give you more examples. I eat dinner at 7. I check my phone after work. I walk my dog in the evening. Okay, now we're going to go one step further. Not just talking about your own evening, but asking other people about their evenings. This is where the real conversation happens.
Yes, because English isn't just about talking. It's about connecting with people. And one of the best ways to connect is to ask questions and really listen to the answers.
So let's look at some really natural questions you can ask someone about their evening. Here they are. What do you usually do after work? How do you relax in the evenings? Do you cook at home or do you eat out? What time do you go to sleep? Do you have a favorite evening habit?
These questions are so easy and so natural. And the best thing is, when you ask someone these questions, they feel good. They feel like you're interested in their life. And that builds real connection.
Let's practice with a mini dialogue. I'll ask, you answer. What do you usually do after work?
Usually I come home, eat something, and then I just browse my phone for a while. Nothing exciting. What about you?
Oh, same. I eat, I watch something online, and then I try to sleep early, but I never actually sleep early.
Nobody does. And that right there, that small, normal conversation, that is real English. That's what people actually sound like.
Now, let's talk about polite and friendly ways to ask. If you're talking to a friend, you can be very casual. Hey, what do you do after work? But if you're talking to a colleague or someone you don't know well, you can be a little softer. So, what do you usually do to relax in the evenings? Great point. The question is almost the same, but so at the beginning and to relax at the end make it sound warmer and more friendly. Now, I want you to try something. Think of one question you can ask a friend about their evening routine. Say it out loud right now. Actually say it. Practice the sound of it in your mouth.
And here's an extra challenge. After you ask the question in your head, try to answer it too. Imagine the conversation. This is a great way to practice when you don't have anyone to speak English with. Yes, you can have a whole conversation in your head. It sounds a little funny, but it really works. I used to do this all.
Okay, this is the section I actually love. Common mistakes. Because we all make them. I still make them sometimes. And when you know the mistake, it's so much easier to fix it.
Exactly. And none of these mistakes are embarrassing. They're just patterns. Once you see the pattern, you won't make the mistake again.
Let's start with mistake number 1. Saying, I am go home instead of I go home. This is one of the most common mistakes, especially for beginners.
Incorrect. Every day I am go home at 6. Correct. Every day I go home at 6. You don't need am when you're talking about a habit or routine. I go is already complete. I am go is 2 verbs fighting each other.
Yes, I go, I cook, I watch. These are already correct. You don't need am or is with them.
Mistake number 2, saying I am tired since morning instead of I have been tired since morning. Now, this one is a little more advanced, but it's worth knowing. If something started in the past and is still happening now, we use have been. I have been tired all day. I have been at home since 5 o'clock. But in casual conversation, I'm tired. I've been home since 5. That's perfect. Incorrect. I am tired since this morning. Correct. I have been tired since this morning. Or simply, I'm really tired today, which is also totally fine. Mistake number 3. I go to sleep at night. This isn't wrong, but it's not very natural either. Because of course you sleep at night. Instead, say, I go to sleep around 11. Or I usually go to bed by midnight. Adding a specific time makes it sound so much more real and natural. Not just at night, but around 10:30, or pretty late, honestly. And mistake number 4. What you do after work without the auxiliary verb. This is a very common question mistake. Incorrect. What you do in the evening. Correct. What do you do in the evening? The word do needs to come before you. In English questions, we flip the word order. What do you do? Not what you do. Think of it like this. Questions in English need a little helper word. Do you? What do you? Where do you? The helper word is always there.
Okay, so now you can say what you do. But here's the next level. Can you say how your evening feels? Because real English conversations aren't just about actions. They're about feelings and opinions, too. Oh, this is so important. When someone asks, how was your evening? They don't want just a list of actions. They want to feel your energy, your mood. Exactly. So let's learn how to add feeling words to your evening routine sentences. The structure is I feel plus adjective, or my evening was plus adjective. For example, I feel tired after work. I feel relaxed in the evening. My evening was really busy. My evening was so peaceful. Here are some great adjectives for evening feelings. Tired, exhausted, relaxed, calm, stressed, happy, lazy, quiet, busy, bored. Now, let's put them into sentences. I feel exhausted after work, so I just lie down. My evenings are usually very quiet. I like it that way. Sometimes I feel bored at night, and I don't know what to do. Oh, that last one, I feel bored at night, that is so real. I think a lot of people feel that way, but they don't know how to say it. Right, and here's a tip. You can also use because to explain your feelings. I feel tired because I worked all day. I feel happy in the evening because I'm finally home. I feel stressed because I have too much to do. Because is such a powerful little word. It turns a short sentence into a real interesting answer. Now, let's talk about 3 tips for talking about your evenings more naturally. First, don't just say good or fine. Be a little more specific. Instead of my evening was fine,
Try, my evening was really calm, or my evening was kind of stressful. Second, use usually and sometimes to talk about your habits. I usually feel tired, but sometimes I have energy at night. Third, add a tiny detail. I usually watch videos on my phone, mostly funny ones because they help me relax. That little detail makes your English sound very natural and interesting. I love that third tip. The small details are what make a conversation feel real. Anyone can say, I watch TV, but I watch cooking videos because I want to learn new recipes. That's interesting. That makes people want to talk to you more. So,
all right, it's practice time. I love this part. We're going to do a choose the better sentence activity. I'll give you 2 sentences, and you choose which one sounds more natural. Ready? This is a great exercise because it trains your ear. Even if you don't know the rule, your ear will start to feel what sounds right. Situation 1. You're answering the question, what do you do after work? Which sounds better? Option A, I am go to home and eat. Option B, I go home and eat dinner. Option B, 100%. I go home and eat dinner. Simple, clean, and correct. Option A has 2 problems, am go and to home. We don't say to home, we just say home. Great. Say option B out loud. I go home and eat dinner. Feel how natural it sounds. Situation 2. You want to say you feel tired. Which is better? Option A, I'm very tired because I had a long day. Option B, I am very much tired since the day was long. Option A is so much better. I'm very tired because I had a long day. It's direct, simple, and totally natural. Option B is trying too hard. Very much tired and since the day was long, both sound unnatural in everyday speech. Situation 3. You want to ask a friend about their evening. Which is better? Option A, what you usually do in evenings. Option B, what do you usually do in the evenings? Option B, what do you usually do in the evenings? Remember, the helper word do is always in English questions. Say it out loud. What do you usually do in the evenings? Say it again, a little faster. What do you usually do in the evenings? That's your sentence. That's real English. Situation 4. You want to describe your evening habit. Which feels more natural? Option A, every night I watch videos on my phone before sleep. Option B, every night I watch videos on my phone before I go to sleep. Oh, both are actually okay, but option B is a little smoother. Before I go to sleep is more complete. Option A is very casual, and you might hear it in conversation too. Exactly, and that's a great lesson. Sometimes there isn't one correct answer. Sometimes 2 options are both fine, just slightly different in style.